Zenless Zone Zero is Hoyoverse's newest game that throws you into this retro, hip, and funky world that is infested by a calamity called the Hollows. These giant black holes will swallow you up and mess with your sense of direction to the point where you'd be lost forever, or until the monsters catch you and make mincemeat out of you. However, there's a silver lining, and that's you. Yes, you, the player, will take control of the legendary proxy Vyncent, a specialist in dealing with all things hollows and hollow navigation. In a sense, you'll be the coordinator, or handler, of all the waifus and husbandos you'll be pulling for in this game, and help them safely navigate hollows without getting lost. Basically, you're just an overglorified map. This is the premise of ZZZ in a nutshell that will offer you the excuse to empty your wallet for all of these bouncy, jiggly characters. And oh boy, do they bounce. Anyway, the game's been in a tough spot for a while now, since most people that got into the closed beta tests have been able to try out the game and its various modes. Except for me, of course, even though I went and signed up for all of them, and have come to the conclusion that the game might not be enough. The main point of these critiques stem from the game's monitor game mode, which was playing more like a needless puzzle game that breaks the adrenaline-pumping combat that we're all here for, and also the fact that the enemies in the game feel like they're mostly sitting there, attacking only once every 500 years, rather than providing a real combat challenge to the player. I would very much like to tell you that these critiques have not been put to rest, because I'm still waiting for the launch date, just like the rest of you, to see what will happen with the game. What I can tell you though is that in my limited experience of being able to play the game at Gamescom 2023 is that the game feels great to play at first glance. I was able to pick from a roster of characters that I wanted to try out and go through the world kicking ass and taking names. Though at some point during the demo it started feeling like there was no rhyme or reason to what I was doing. I could chalk it up to me not fully understanding the mechanics of the game in 3 minutes, but I worry that might not be the only thing. Don't get me wrong, I'm very excited to start playing this game, but the demo gave me the impression that combat will be me whacking on an enemy boss that has a high HP pool and is just gonna sit there and take it? Like I'm Raiden fighting Senator Armstrong. Like, yeah, the combat looks flashy and cool, but you can tell that the boss is definitely not impressed, and if the boss is not impressed, I start questioning what I'm doing with my life. It's like having bedtime fun and 5 minutes into it, your partner asks, "Is it in?" Look, I understand. 3 minutes is definitely not enough time to make a complete opinion about a game. This is where that CBT axis would have come in handy, if I had it. That way, I would have been able to test out everything and come back with a well-formulated opinion. Regardless, I can't say I'm not interested in everything else this game's got going for itself. I mean, look at this world, it's gorgeous. There's not many games out there that are going for this style anymore. ZZZ reminds me of the old Jet Set Radio days, and it feels like that's the theme they want to go for. It makes me feel like we're back in the PlayStation 2 era before 2008 when we were playing games like Airblade and Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. Good times. And the characters look great. They all seem colorful, fun, and cheery, so I'll be looking forward to seeing them in action, both in-game and during story beats. Another thing I love about this game is their amazing animation. I mean, look at this. It's so fluid and bouncy, it's like a panacea for the eyes. Legitimate eye candy. I know they implemented the skip button in this game, but I swear, if you're going to use it during one of these cutscenes, then there's something wrong with you, man. I can only imagine what the animators had to go through to make these characters move this way, but I bet you money that if the animators would see you pressing that skip button, they would cry tears of blood. The characters I'm looking forward to the most, aside from the basic 3 you'll get in the form of Ambi, Nicole, and Billy, are Lycon, Grace, and Rena. I have no clue if they're going to synergize well with each other, but I'm going to try pulling for them when they come out. I am a little interested in Nekomata too, but I'm not sure about that. Still on the fence. Oh, and then there's the shark girl and the one pizza cutter girl that is afraid all the time. Huh. She kinda reminds me of Huahua. Zenless Zone Zero is slated to come out on July 4th, so we have less than 10 days at our disposal. June and July have been wild. Can someone please tell me how everyone is capable of juggling all these games? You've got Honkai Star Rail, Wuthering Waves, some are still playing Genshin Impact, and now you have huge game releases like Shadow of the Earth Tree, you have Dawn Trail in less than a week. I'm still playing some Destiny 2 with the boys. How do I do this? I'm not joking. Leave a comment down below. I need advice. I am desperate, so I'll take whatever I can get. Anyway, that's gonna be it for me. Hope you have a good day, and I'll see you in the next one.